All right, guys, so finally we're going to take a look at a figure I've had for about 2 months and have yet to unbox it. And so here we go. Among some other figures that, you guys have been asking me for a Gamora video forever, but today we're going to look at Rocket in anticipation of hopefully soon hearing something about that Iron Patriot. We'll see soon enough. But here we go, guys. In-game Rocket right here. And I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I know I've had it for a minute. But, I'm excited to see what we can do with this thing. But we do have normal in-game packaging, pretty normal stuff here. We got a little Guardians logo. We got Rocket on the side. We got Avengers on the side. We got Rocket right here in the front with all kinds of crazy accessories that we're going to see in the actual box. Our little MMS deal right there, a little Hot Toys little right there, and then Avengers in-game right there. And then on the back is all your whodunits and everything. So here we go. This is MMS 548 for anybody wondering which version this is. This is going to be the in-game version. So I actually have the clamshell right. If I can get everything going on right here. Actually, I have the clamshell right here, so I've taken the liberty of already removing all the little plastic bits off the arms and legs because those are just annoying to deal with on camera. But that's the extent of my experience with this particular figure. I do have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Deluxe Rocket, so we'll take a look at that and kind of compare them and have some fun with that. But here we go, guys. It actually comes with a pretty decent amount of accessories. We're going to get a nano gauntlet. We're going to get the figure. We're going to get a scarf deal. We got another scarf deal and some other items. But let's take a look at the figure first. Let's kind of take a look at it. Let's pick this clamshell off to the side. And let's take a look at this sculpt. Now, one reason I just really was not super excited about this one originally is because it only comes with the one head sculpt, the one screaming portrait. But because I have the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 version that has two portraits, I have one that doesn't scream. So I'm curious to see if it'll fit on here, if the colors match, all that kind of fun stuff. We'll find that out very soon. But there is our in-game Rocket. We'll kind of put him over there. We do have a nano gauntlet, which actually looks pretty cool. It doesn't have like any detail on the inside. It's pretty much just a opening, but it is pretty cool. I don't think there's any light up features or anything like that, but it is nicely painted. You can see the light bouncing off of it. It's got a nice little metallic paint. Just like, I won't say it's the same quality of paint as like the Iron Man armors, but it's up there. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's very similar to the nano gauntlet that Tony, the Mark 85 has. Doesn't have any articulation fingers or anything like that, but nice accessory piece for those that need one. We have a sculpted scarf right there. I guess that's the technical term for this. We have a sculpted one, and then we have a fabric one, which they're pretty similar in color, but obviously, there's different materials or whatever. And there is a wire in this one, so that's kind of cool to be able to pose that up. Now, one of the reasons I actually picked this up, and it's been sitting in the box for so long, is because I know that when the Iron Patriot drops, everybody and their mother and their sister is going to want to pose Rocket on Iron Patriot. Yours truly as well. I'm definitely going to be doing that. So right now, if you're planning on getting that and you want that display, now's the time to pick this up, because I can tell you when the Iron Patriot drops and everybody goes crazy on the pose like that, this guy's value, the price is going to go up in the secondary market. So just something to be mindful of. We do have our stand right here, just normal in-game stand, nothing crazy. We got Rocket right there, and we got a little mini dynamic stand. So this just screws right in here, and there you go. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to stand, there's a stand. Look at all these weapons. Holy cow. So, and I'm trying to remember what all these freaking things are. There's so many. Look at these tiny little, oh my goodness. These tiny little hands, man. I got to get these things out of here. Because, anyways, look how small these things are. Holy crap. Look at these. Tiny. Nice detail, though. This looks like a weapon holding hand. Looks like we got two, like, open gesturing hands on the actual figure that come with that. Just resting open hands. And then we've got a right and a left weapon holding hand for his pistols. Nice little detail going on right there. Let's see if we can't get in a little tighter. Yeah, you can see like right in there. It's a nice little silver paint going in. Nice little hexagonal detail on the back of the glove. And then on the inside, not a whole lot there. but that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. So 2 weapon holding hands, and then another hand of some, let's see here. What is this? This is like a grasping hand. So yeah, we'll figure out what to do with these later. So let's get those out of there. What else have we got? We got some extra wrist pegs. We've got this guy. I don't even remember what the heck this is. I must be completely honest with you. But I feel like somebody's going to get stabbed with this. It feels like something that I really don't remember. Some in the comment section remind me what the hell this is, because I honestly don't remember. But whatever it happens to be, it looks like it's painted. Oh, Thor. He went back. He got the stuff, the ether. This is the ether thing. Yes, that's what this is. See, when Natalie Portman was taking a nap, the most expensive nap in film history. That's what this is. So look at that. Did I beat you to the comment section, or did you beat me to figuring out what the hell that was? What else? We got some goggles. Looks like these just snap. Oh, now this will be interesting. So we got 2 sets of goggles. We got, what's different about them? Ooh. Here we go. They're really tiny. What's different about them? I don't freaking know. Oh, they're magnetic. So so they're not going to stick onto the other portrait because they're magnetic. Interesting. They look pretty nicely done, right? I think they're okay. So let's throw one in. I guess one sticks to the top of his head. Oh, yep, there they go. They stick right up there. All right, so that one goes there, and that one goes there. So I'm going to assume that's what it is. They're bent differently. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, there you go. You can see they're bent differently. This has got more of a curve on it than this one's flat. So that would be why he has 2 different sets. So the one curve goes on the actual head. And then I guess you could display them with both, right? Bam. Double goggles. So, yeah. Not bad. Cool. All right, then we get some pistols. We get 2 sets of pistols because Rocket does not mess around when it comes to his weapons. So we get 2 of these, which look exactly the same. The paint on these are just like you would expect from Hot Toys, silver metallic wash. You got some dry brushing going on. This yellow stands out a good bit. Nice stippling going down on the handle and on the grip there. And then this, yeah, it looks pretty good. There's a little red like O-ring almost situation going on on the front of this thing. So those are pretty sweet. And then we've got these 2 other larger ones, which again are exactly the same, but we do have 2. And again, the level of detail is fantastic. Stippling going on the grip. Nice little yellow going on there. Some blue going on. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, look at the bottom of these things. It's crazy. All right, so we got a bunch of weapons here. We got a little grabber, that deal going on there. And that's pretty much the extent of the accessories. So the figure itself, as we get some of the stuff out of here, get out of here. We'll take the goggles out for a second. The figure itself is actually pretty well. It reminds. I can't say it's lights or leaps and bounds over the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 version, because it's essentially the same thing, a different suit. But we do need to put on the scarf. Let's see if we can get that out of there. There we go. We got a scarf. Let's see which one. I think we're gonna do. Let's just do the molded one first. We'll kind of mess around with this. Now, the peg actually came out with the head. That's interesting. All right, we've got the, there we go. That took a second to get the head back on there, but the sculpted scarf, I think this looks fine. I think this one works well. And when we get Iron Patriot and you actually have this like blowing in the wind, that would be kind of cool. But the sculpted one is just fine for me. I don't really have any issues with that. The paint applications and the tailoring on the suit are 100% Hot Toys quality. Plenty of range of motion. I don't think we're gonna have any problems with this. Double bend there. Double bend there. We're gonna be able to get those arms up. Yeah, so this is actually kind of all away from that. So you're going to get, if you have his arm up, you're going to get that. It's kind of unsightly. So I don't want that. Now, to be fair, this will be the 4th or 5th small bodied figure I've owned. My other Rocket is got a broken leg. My Attack of the Clones Yoda's got a broken leg. And so I have broken my fair share of these small figures. So be careful when you're handling these things. I've broken them. That hasn't caused me to want to get rid of them. All right, going into the range of motion, we're going to have a pretty good amount. We're going to have a double bend at the elbow there. We're going to have, obviously, a ball joint on the neck, so no issues with that one. When you raise the arm up, at least this one, if you raise this one up, and it will go up, you see what's going on there, so be mindful of that. That's going to be a thing. The tailoring is beautiful. The ab crunch here, you can feel like there's some there's padding in there. There's definitely some padding going on there with that body, which makes sense. I mean, I'm going to try not to break this one as I've broken other figures, but ab crunch, I mean, you have to work that a pretty good bit. You can see like it's kind of bunching up there in the midsection of the torso. That's going to be a thing. And it's fairly, and because of that padding, it's fairly difficult to get any twist out of it. But double bend on the knees. Let's see here, right? Yeah, double bend on the knees. This will actually go up a little bit further, and a nice little ball joint on the feet. So plenty of range of motion for what we're going to do, which is essentially throw them on the Iron Patriot when it actually shows up. But there's that. The teeth. Look at those freaking teeth. Those chompers, man. Holy crap. They nailed it. The whiskers here that are actually, whiskers. Look at this. Nice place for his pistols to go on both holsters there. And look at the paint apps on the knee pads. Even like the red rings and everything about it. The costume design was fantastic. Here's your tread for anybody's interested. And you got toe articulation. So kind of interesting. Now, I do have the other rocket. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 rockets. For those curious to see what they look like together, here they are. I like both. But I wanted to have the option to display mine without the, I'm going to yell at you and be mad at the world face. I like this one. I like this grin. This one is definitely broke. I will show you that right now. In fact, which one is it? It's this leg. Yeah. So this knee. See that right there? So the knee joint is actually snapped on this one. But thankfully, because the material is so tight, he actually stands no problem. The other issue I have with this, and I got this secondhand, and I've had it for a while, the tail, and I don't know if anybody else will have this problem if I pull his tail off. You can see the tail actually has some of the material actually stuck to the base of the tail, and you can see kind of where it's come out right there. So, that might bother some, it is what it is, right? So I don't mind it all that much. I've been using this thing for a while, even with the broken leg, and really had no issues with it standing or anything like that because of material. Yoda, my Attack of the Clones Yoda is the same way. Got a broken leg, and he stands just fine. So let's do this. I want to pop this head on this body, and let's see if we can't make that work. Hopefully it's not too terribly difficult. And just like that, I've got the head on this one. That was actually not too difficult. The only problem I'm going to have, and I'm pretty sure these are not going to stick to this head. I don't know why they would if there's no magnets. Yeah, the goggles aren't going to stick, so that's going to be a thing. But honestly, you could get like a piece of blue tack or something to throw in there if you really wanted to. But you might want to display yours with the screaming face. I don't know. But look at that. I think it looks just fine. Colors match. I don't see any like obvious color differences there. I don't think there's any issues with that. And the head sculpt works, and I think that just works fine. So if you want to not have yours screaming at you all the time, you might want to pick up a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I guess you need to. I have the deluxe, so I have both, and I have the jetpacks and all the other stuff that goes with it. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. So I say we pose this guy up and see what he can do. All right, guys. So right off the bat, we got a whole team of people. So I've got Rocket there in the middle, we've got Nebula, we've got Gamora, we've got Star-Lord, and we've got Drax right up front. So pretty stoked for this one. And it's I think it looks pretty good. This is a pretty sweet display, I think. I think they look pretty good together. I mean, probably because the costume design decided they should look good together, so they do. So I'm actually pretty stoked for this. So we'll kind of zoom in on this thing, kind of take a closer look, if we will. There's Star-Lord's. Is that the galaxy's ass? Is that what, I mean, if Captain America is America's ass, is that the galaxy's ass? I don't even know. But there's Nebula kind of swinging around, looking, pretty good as well. Yeah, there's her portrait. Her portrait is amazing. If you guys were able to get Nebula, like, congratulations, because that's just freaking glorious. But there's Rocket down there looking all kinds of amazing. And in this pose, in this display, the screaming head sculpt works 100%. I mean, it just does. It works. There might be some other display opportunities where the other portrait will work better, but this one's not bad. It is a shame that they didn't include both. That would have been nice. But they didn't, so, you know, it is what it is. So I would say if you can pick up the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Deluxe, definitely recommend that one. Definitely recommend it. I really liked all the accessories it comes with. But as these guys spin around, a couple of things to note that are kind of a pain in the butt with the figure. First off, it's going to be the hands. The hands, because he's got these gauntlets on. If you can, actually, I'll give you guys a little shot of everybody before I zoom in there. But the gauntlets he's wearing, and the hands are super tiny. You saw them in the unboxing part. Super, super tiny. They're kind of a pain to put on there without like literally crushing the hand, and you got to put a decent amount of force to get them in. At least I did on my copy, and that was kind of a pain in the butt. The switching out the heads you guys saw earlier, the actual neck peg came out. That wasn't that big a deal. That was just more of an annoyance. But one cool thing with Rocket, he comes with a built-in stand, so you can actually use his tail, as I have got here. You can see it right there. You can actually use his tail as a support stand, so tripod. So there you go. There's that. But I want to kind of zoom in on this on the hands. You can see like they're just so freaking small. But I mean, tell you, it looks good. I like the sculpted scarf too. You know, the other one's fine when we actually get Iron Patriot, but he's not here yet. So until that happens, I think I'm probably going to end up with this one. So I think what we ought to do is break out another pose and see what we can come up with. All right, guys. So next up, I've got, since we don't have Iron Patriot yet, I figured what the heck we'll throw on the Infinity War Iron War Machine Mark IV, as I think I said earlier, I'm waiting on my Mark VI to be delivered. So Rocket looks pretty cool up there, I think. I think he does anyways. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below. But I think he looks pretty good, but there he is right up there. I did switch out the scarf, so I've got the fabric scarf back there, which I think looks pretty good as it's kind of flowing in the wind. So that's one reason you might want to use that. I like the darker colors on the molded one a little better, but you know, that's just personal preference. I think the molded one matches the color on the suit better than the fabric one. So I think you can see it there. The saturation level and the colors just aren't 100% there, but you know, for posability, I think it works. But there it is. I think it looks pretty fantastic. Anybody wondering how I actually accomplished this? It didn't take all that long. I literally have this leg resting on that right forearm right there. You can kind of see right there. And then I've got this other arm way back in the back, literally just kind of, there's really nothing to grab onto for this particular pose. So I just kind of got a little friction fit going on right there, which I think looks pretty good. So if I zoom this out, you can get an idea of what's going on here. I can only imagine how large the Iron Patriot is going to be when it finally arrives. I mean, this one is already taking up a good amount of room, and you saw you may not have, but I just recently reviewed the War Machine Mark I diecast, and that's even bigger. And the Iron Patriot is going to be even bigger than that. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. It's going to be kind of crazy, but yeah, yeah. Anyways, so there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know this is super late to the party on this review, but honestly, like I said, I picked it up in anticipation of the Iron Patriot. I think it's a fine figure. You can switch out the head sculpts, which I think looks good. I don't know if I'm going to have it displayed like this or if I'm going to have it displayed with the rest of the Guardians. I love your input on that. So in the comment section down below, let me know how you would display it while we wait on the Iron Patriot to show up. Because honestly, I'm kind of undecided right this second. So we'll see how that plays out. But let me know down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. As always, click what you like. See ya.